Ever feel like you're talking to a brick wall when your child is in the middle of playing? Like your voice is just background noise in their busy world? It's not that they're ignoring you on purpose. It's just that focus is a muscle, and for kids, that muscle is still very tiny. Today I'm going to show you how to train that muscle without any shouting or expensive toys. We're going to challenge the idea that focus means sitting still and being quiet. Honestly, it's quite the opposite. I'll share 7 science-backed games that take 5 minutes, but change how their brain processes information. I'm Dr. Knit, and if you're ready to stop repeating yourself 10 times a day, let's dive in. Number 1. The freeze dance. Inhibitory control. We've all been there. You tell them to stop running in the house and they just keep going. It feels like defiance, right? But usually it's just that their internal brakes haven't been fully installed yet. Inhibitory control is the brain's ability to stop an impulse, and it's the foundation of all focus. Think about it like this. If you can't stop, you can't focus on what's next. The freeze dance is the ultimate low-stakes way to practice this. You put on their favorite high-energy song, let them go wild, and then silence. They have to freeze instantly. Hang on, here's the trick. Don't just make them stand still. Ask them to freeze like a specific animal, like a frozen flamingo. This forces them to focus not just on stopping, but on the precise positioning of their body. In a real-life scenario, this is the difference between a child who can stop playing when asked and one who has a meltdown because they can't shift gears. When they finally nail that freeze, you'll see this little spark of pride in their eyes. It's the sound of their brain finally learning how to hit the brakes. Number 2. The mystery bag. Sustained sensory attention. Most of the time, we focus with our eyes, but for a child, the world is tactile. We get frustrated when they touch everything in the grocery store, but they're just trying to gather data. We can lean into this curiosity to build what psychologists call sustained attention. Grab an old pillowcase and put 5 random household items inside. A whisk, a tennis ball, a pine cone, maybe a hairbrush. Tell them they aren't allowed to look. They have to reach in, grab one object, and describe 3 things about it before they guess what it is. Quick side note, notice how quiet they get when they're trying to see with their fingers? That's deep focus. They're filtering out the noise of the room and the TV to listen to the nerves in their fingertips. For example, if they feel the whisk, they might say, "It's cold, it's curvy, it feels like wires." This teaches them to stay with one task until it's finished, rather than jumping from one toy to the next. It turns paying attention into a detective game rather than a chore. Number 3. The statue of silence. Auditory processing. Let's be real. Our houses are loud. Between the dishwasher, the TV, and our own phones, kids are constantly overstimulated. Sometimes, lack of focus is actually just sensory overwhelm. We expect them to hear our instructions over the hum of the fridge, but their brains haven't learned how to prioritize sounds yet. The statue of silence flips the script. You set a timer for just 60 seconds. You both sit perfectly still, close your eyes, and just listen. Afterward, you compare notes. You might say, "I heard a car go by and the clock ticking." They might say, "I heard my own tummy rumble." This is actually a light form of mindfulness, but to them, it's a challenge. It trains the brain to pick out specific data points from a sea of noise. The next time you're in a crowded park and you need them to listen to your voice, their brain will be better at tuning in to you. It's a quiet moment of connection in a loud world. Number 4. The slow motion race. Impulse regulation. If you've ever watched a toddler try to walk to the bathroom, you know they have 2 speeds, fast and asleep. We're always telling kids to slow down or be careful, but they don't actually know how to modulate their physical output yet. Everything is a race to the finish line. The slow motion race is a bit of a psychological pattern interrupt. You pick a finish line, maybe the couch, and the goal is to be the last person to reach it. If you stop moving, you're out. You have to move in continuous, agonizingly slow motion. It sounds silly, but try it. It's actually really hard. It requires immense focus to control every muscle fiber. You'll see them wobbling, concentrating so hard their tongue might poke out. This game teaches them that they are the boss of their bodies. When a child learns they can control how fast they move, they start to realize they can also control how fast they react to frustration. It's about building that gap between an impulse and an action. We're halfway through, and I want to take a second to say, if your child is struggling to focus right now, it is not a reflection of your parenting. We live in a world designed to distract them. You're doing the work just by being here and trying to understand their little brains. Stick with me, because the next game is the one that usually works even for the highest energy kids who never sit still. Number 5, the color hunt. Have you ever looked for your keys while they were right in front of your face? That's because your selective attention was off. For kids, the world is a blur of color and movement. When we say, "Go find your shoes," they see a mountain of toys, and their brain just gives up. To fix this, we play the color hunt. You call out a specific, obscure color. Not just blue, but maybe navy blue or bright orange. They have 30 seconds to find 3 things in the room that match that exact shade. This game forces the brain to filter. It has to ignore the red truck, the green blocks, and the yellow book to find the one specific thing you asked for. In psychology, this is called visual scanning. It's the same skill they'll use later to find a specific word in a textbook or a math problem on a crowded page. Plus, it gets them moving in a way that has a clear, focused goal. It turns the chaos of a messy room into an organized search mission. Number 6, the echo game, working memory. One of the biggest complaints parents have is, "I just told him to do that and he forgot 3 seconds later." It's incredibly frustrating. But the truth is, a child's working memory, the brain scratch pad, very small. They literally drop the information. The echo game is a fun way to expand that scratch pad. You start with a simple 3-beat rhythm. Clap, clap, pat, knees. They have to echo it back perfectly. Then you make it 4 beats, then 5. Wait, let's level it up. Use words. Apple, dog, blue. They repeat it. Then, apple, dog, blue, jump. This isn't just about memory, it's about sequence. They have to hold the information in their head while planning their next move. This is exactly what they need when you give them a 2-step instruction like, put your shoes away and then wash your hands. By practicing the echo game, you're making their mental scratch pad just a little bit bigger every day. Number 7, the balloon breath. Finally, we have to talk about the physical side of focus. When a child is stressed, tired, or even just overexcited, their upstairs brain, the part that focuses, shuts down. You can't teach a child to focus if their nervous system is in fight or flight mode. We call this the balloon breath. Tell them there's a big, colorful balloon in their tummy. As they breathe in through their nose, the balloon gets bigger and bigger. When they breathe out through their mouth, the balloon slowly deflates with a s sound. The goal is to see who can make their balloon deflate the slowest. This isn't just a calm down tactic. Biologically, long exhales signal the nervous system to move from the stress branch to the rest and digest branch. When the body is calm, focus happens naturally. It's the reset button for their brain. If you do this for 2 minutes before homework or a meal, you'll find they're much more present. It's a gift you're giving them, the ability to find their own center. Parenting is exhausting, and it's okay if some days you just don't have the energy for games. Please remember, you don't have to be a perfect teacher. You just have to be a good enough parent. These small moments of play are building blocks for a lifetime of resilience and focus. You've got this. If you found these games helpful, please subscribe to join our community. I'd love to know, what's a struggle you're facing with your child right now? What topic do you want to see next? Tell me in the comments. I'm Dr. Knit, and I'll see you in the next one.